is March 10th. It's hard to believe that we're already halfway almost through the month of March, but we are. Meow means make each one wanted, just like the song says. We are a pet show here on the platform every week for over the last, 3 years? 3 years. So Emoji J and I have been riding hard for 3 years here to share all of people's pets on the platform and for you to make sure you hit them with a favorite as well. Hi, Jimmo. Welcome in, everybody. Hello, Mark. And please make sure you come up here to these bubbles up here at the top and hit these people with a favorite as well. And go check them out. They're all streamers here on the platform and they're all amazing. Now, this is a featured show, so nobody will be able to request the box during this time except for my actual featured guests, which I'm super excited to have two separate featured guests tonight. So I'm going to be a little bit quicker in pet trivia tonight than normal. I came for the box party. Vinny Vin, get in there, sir. Hi, Deborah. So welcome in, everybody. It's always good to have you here. Who is Vinny Vin? Look away. I'm so confused. Anyways, so for pet trivia tonight, I figured we would do something kind of different that maybe we haven't done before. And, you know, I've never heard of somebody having an armadillo, but I'm here for it, okay? So I've seen a lot of armadillos when I went down to Texas, and I had a little fun down there. They were crossing the roads like cats and squirrels. So I was like, wow, you know, I wonder if anybody's got a domesticated armadillo. Wouldn't that be fun to see? But anyways, that part, maybe too wild, maybe too crazy. Our armadillos, they are basically armored opossums. Maybe, G. How many species of armadillos are there, though? Is it 7, 31, or 7, 21, 63, or 189? That's so specific. Is it 7, 21, 63, or 189? You're thinking 63, not 63. What about 7? No, not 7 either. Is it 21 or 189? Let's go with 189. Nope, it's 21. Jersey! Hello. 9 extinctionara and 21 extant species of armadillos have been described, some of which are distinguished by the number of bands on their armor, because apparently they're like little tanks driving around out there. That's why they are so used to crossing the highway, maybe. I'm not sure. Thank you, Jersey. Thank you, G. All right. What continent did armadillos originate on? What continent? Is it South America? Is it Asia? Is it North America? Or is it down under Australia? Is it down under in Australia? Where do you think they came from? These little armored things, you know? Oh, thank you for the wheels. I'm guessing Australia. No, I'm wrong. I would be guessed wrong. South America? Oh, G is correct. Thank you, Jersey. Armadillos originated in South America, where they still live today. They are particularly diverse in Paraguay. Thank you, Big Earth, where 11 species of them exist. Only the 9-banded armadillo has migrated as far north as the United States. So that's something that's interesting. We only have one species of armadillo in the United States, but there's quite a few that exist elsewhere. All right. What do armadillos eat for a primary food source? Do they like to eat insects, boogers, plants, fungus, earthworms? What do you think? Like, are they booger eaters? They just sit there and suck snot from their friends. They're like, hey, you look like you got a lot of snot I could have. No, they don't. No, they're not. While armadillos are omnivorous, which means they eat everything, more than 90% of their diet is made up of actual insects and larvae. Armadillos also feed on earthworms, scorpions, spiders, lizards, eggs, fruits, seeds, tubers, fungi, and even the occasional carrion, which is basically like a dead carcass. Ew, yuck. All right. This is the last question of the night, and then I'm going to have my first special guest request the box. Hi, Curvy. Hi, Cosmo. Hello, everybody. All right. This is the last question of the day. How many hours do armadillos sleep each day? Do they sleep 4, 12, 8, or 16 hours a day? What do you think? Do they sleep 4, 12, 16, or 8 hours per day? I'm going to go with 8. Like, they seem like they sleep a night. Nope, it's not 8. 16 or, well, who else put 4? It's not 4. Hi, Fizzy. Thank you, Fizzy. Is it 16? Oh, who said 16? You were right. You were right. As nocturnal animals, armadillos perform most of their activities in the night. This is very exciting. During the daylight hours, they spend up to 16 hours sleeping, usually in things called burrows, which is basically like a dirt tunnel. Yeah, you can build a dirt tunnel just for your armadillo. Armadillos rarely share their burrows with other armadillos. I mean, they don't want anybody else there with them, but they do share them with tortoises, snakes, and rats. Yeah, that's probably because they get hungry and want to eat something, and they figure, why not bring my little snake friend, right, Deborah? Thank you, Deborah. Thank you, Fizzy. So that ends pet trivia for tonight. If Big Irv can request the box, we are going to meet Big Irv's puppies. Let's go. I'm excited. Are you guys excited? I am. All right. Thank you, Fizzy. Hi, Big Irv.
How you doing, love?
Good. I'm really excited to meet your pets. Okay.
Well, it's
Now,
one.
oh,
It's
it's
one.
one pet. Okay, so one. Okay. What is your pet and what's its name?
Well, I have an American bully. His name is
Oh,
Rocky.
Rocky. And why did you name him Rocky?
Uh, I'm a boxing fanatic. I boxed. Rocky's one of my favorite movies all time.
Okay, so I am a huge Rocky fan, and I admit that I watch the Rocky series every year at least twice in full.
Yes.
Like, and as that is like a sad confession on my part. People who know me well know that I will watch all of the, and then I get very inspired. Like, I want to, like, it's a love story to me, Rocky. Anyways, so you named your dog Rocky. Tell me where you got Rocky from.
Well, where I used to previously live at in Staten Island, the tenants upstairs. I was talking to the tenant's wife one day. I'm like, yeah, I was mentioning I'm about to thinking about buying a puppy. And like the following day, her husband's like, yo, Irv, my wife told me you looking into a dog or something. I'm like, yeah, I'm thinking about it. He's like, listen, my dogs just gave a litter. I got 10 puppies and I have one left. So I'm like, yo, let me see it. So as soon as he walked out with him through the doors, how much? I'll be right back. Gave him the money, and that was it. 4 years later, I'm stuck with this pain in the butt.
Okay, so you've had him for 4 years.
He'll be for May 27th.
Oh, so his birthday's coming up too.
Yeah.
Are you planning on doing any dog celebrations for his birthday?
I live near the beach. I normally take him for a walk in the beach, get him a nice steak. I don't walk
Do you want
around,
to
but
take me out for my birthday? I like
the
steak.
dog eats better than me.
I right? Like, I'm into that. Like, can I get a big prime rib? Hello? Like, meow. Or woof in this way, like woof woof. Thank you guys for all the gifts. If we don't tell you thank you for the gifts, it's because this is featured. So we can't necessarily call all of your names out, but thank you for them. We see them and we appreciate you. And please don't make sure you click on Big Irv's name. If you've never met Big Irv, click on his name and hit him with the free favorite. It's
Yes.
favorites are free if you hit him with the favorite, you guys.
5K grinding. I'm 213 faves away from my 5K. Yeah.
He's 213 favorites away from 5K. This is a good stream today. If you all can click on it, click on his name right now and check to see if you've got him faved and hit him with that favorite, y'all.
I'll be
So
favoring
we'll try a
everybody
few more
back after
times
this too,
throughout this
so
show and
I
see
will
what we
favor.
can help with. Why did you want to get a dog to begin with?
I'm single. I work all day. I used to come home and be like, just look at my walls, and I don't know. It got to a point I was lonely, and
Oh, so you got
I,
a dog to keep you busy?
yeah, basically, basically,
How has that worked out? Have you been busier?
perfect. I get home, I got somebody that greets me, wiggles his tail, bugs me out when I'm not doing nothing. That's it. This is my. It's like my son. This is my son.
I mean, I'm here for it. I'm here for it. Like, so did you own any puppies or pets before you got Rocky?
When I was younger,
Okay.
it like I had a Chow Chow mix with an Akita. His name was Rocky. That was my first dog ever. My mom gave me that dog for like my sixth birthday. I had him for like 15 years. He ended up passing away, and I never got a puppy after that. And
That's fair.
my
Like,
friend, it was like, yo, one day I'm like, I want a dog, and I got stuck with him.
oh, but that's a good one. I had a Chow Chow named Rocky too, believe it or not. Like,
Yeah.
I actually named my Chow Chow Rocky, which is funny. That's a whole different story. Anyways, so you've been a long term, like, so you kind of knew what you were getting yourself into when you got the dog. Christy says, can
Oh,
she see the dog? Yeah, sure. Irv will show you the dog. Do you guys see him or is my head blocking Rocky? Oh, he's super cute. Hi,
yeah.
me.
He's laying down because he's hearing you talking. He's very jealous. Like
Hello, big guy.
when I be streaming and I don't have nobody boxed up, he don't bother me. He'll lay by the door and just as soon as I box somebody up and he hears a voice, he'll start kicking my tripod. He'll pull the wire out. This dog has broken 4 tripods on me already. Just because he gets mad hearing people and I'm not paying no attention to him, he'll
That's the bulldog in him. They're very like possessive of their owners, they like their owners. Hiya, cutie pie. Yeah, I mean, I love that about him. What other kind of silly things does he do?
he's very spiteful.
Well, how is he spiteful?
I always say this dog must have been a human in another life because like say that, some days I come home tired and like any other, you don't want to be bothered. I'll feed him, walk him, and go to your room and leave me alone for a little while. And that's the day that he's like one major attention. Like he'll bug me out, lick my toes, he'll drive me crazy.
Wait, he licks your toes, Irv?
Yo, he'll bite my toes. When I'm streaming, when he lays down, he has to have some type of contact with me. He got to be either laying on my foot, have his head on my foot, or in between my legs. Like even now, look right now, look right.
Oh, he's close by you.
He won't leave my side. He won't leave my side.
And he's kind of big. Like, how tall is he?
He's a medium sized bully. Um, he's around. He lost a little weight. He's around 85 pounds now.
Okay, so he's a big guy though for a dog. You have to be able to you be like an 85-pound teddy bear.
No, he's very strong dog.
Yeah. And what are your guys' favorite games to play together?
You know what it is? His nickname is the Destroyer.
What is he destroying?
Listen, since the day I bought this dog, I've spent like around $1,500 in toys. They'll last 30 minutes. I bought that. Like, there's a name brand called the King Kong that's supposedly unbreakable. he'll destroy it. I bought him a bed one day that was it cost me like $150. Supposedly unbreakable. The actual material is like that Teflon bulletproof. I saw him studying the thing. He couldn't break it. Yes, the cloth itself he couldn't break. He found where it was that they sold it, and he bit the stitches one by one and split it open and shredded the inside. Like he loves to chase. Like if I buy a ball and I throw it, he loves to go play catch, but it doesn't last. He destroys them.
The destroyer.
You know those white bones, the big white bones, the treats you buy. I buy him one that's like 18 inches long. He eats it in an hour.
Wow,
He'll
he
literally sit
really,
down in his cage and destroy it within an hour and a half. That thing is gone.
right? He is like that. Steel facts. He's definitely coming for all of the fun.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, and to be fair, like, he's, man, at least it's not your furniture.
That's the only thing I think. God, when he was little, he had a fetish for the moldings.
For what?
The moldings, the moldings in
Oh
the edges
no.
and the moldings on the door.
Yeah.
He used to grab in any corner where it was like a little pointy area. He used to tear them up when he was a little kid.
Oh, cool. That would drive me crazy. That would drive me be like, get off the molding.
That
Mm-mm.
old apartment, I ended up renovating it because he messed up every single corner. I had to redo the whole thing before I moved out. At
Wow.
least here he did it once here, and it was because when I go to work, he's loose in my apartment. I don't lock him up. He's loose all
Oh,
day, and I guess somehow he locked his door, and he was going crazy in there, and he ended up grabbing the edges. I got home and I'm like,
and you were like, that's all the new molding. That's like, that's what it is. This is all the new molding. Like, I love that for you. Where does he sleep at? Does he sleep with you, or does he like to sleep on the bottom of the bed? Is he sleep? He's out. What? Where does he sleep at
he's
night?
always slept on my bed into this last year because he got too comfortable now. It was to the point that I was waking up in the morning stiff like this, looking at a wall, and I'm like, when I look back, he's like this, laying down, took the whole bed. Somehow, I'm 285 pounds. Somehow, this dog will manage to push me to the corner, take my blanket, wrap himself up, and have the whole damn bed to himself. And I wake up all stiff in the corner. So I stopped bringing him to my bed. He'll either sleep on the side or he'll go to his room.
Well, that's how dogs, yeah. I mean, cats are the same way, you guys. If you're just coming in to Meow with Me, welcome in. Meow means make each one wanted. This is Big Irv. We're here with Rocky, his American bully. And Rocky's just chilling. We were just hashing up. If you don't know Big Irv, please click on his name and hit him with a favorite. He's about 213 favorites away from his requirements. So he's really hoping to get your favorite as well tonight. Yeah, and they are. All pets are bed hogs. I agree with you, a cutie pie. They definitely do their thing and they don't have any shame in about it. So, kind of like your one drunk friend that you were like, go home, but they won't. Like that one. That one. I am the bully. Shula, whatever. What's the best part about being a pet owner to Rocky?
It's honestly is you get unconditional love from a dog, believe it or not.
Yeah.
And even they have a sixth sense more than humans. I say that whenever you're like down and out, you're stressed, they actually pick it up very quick, and you see them do things. At the moment, you don't think about it like you think he's going crazy or something. But when you really sit down and think about, oh damn, I was feeling this way. That's why he was acting like this. So
Yeah. And I think they can feel and sense your mood. So if you're feeling anxious and stuff, they feel that. Ooh, oops, I forgot my gift out. Make sure bonus. Okay, hold on. Okay, I'm always forgetting to turn off the gift audio. My bad. No, no. Thank you for the noise. Okay. If you are gonna tell somebody about like, hey, American bulldogs, like what's a few things that you would tell them, just like for a recommendation, like if they were looking at getting a bully, like where would you say are like what they should need to know, or what's some important thing that you wish that somebody maybe would have told you?
Well, I would actually tell them don't, like, these dogs are very misjudged.
Mhm.
Why? Because you have certain people that this type of breed they used it for dog fights, so
Oh.
their reputation is kind of bashed. But really, these are one of the most loyal dogs. They great around kids. It's all how you bring them up, how you mold them, how you train them. If you're gonna train them as a fighter, yes, you're not gonna bring a 5-year-old around this dog because he's gonna snap at one point. My dog has been around my niece and my nephew downstairs. She's 6 months old. When I take them outside that they playing or whatever, this dog will literally lay down next to them and do not move. That girl gets up or she starts crawling, he'll actually bite her and bring her back next to him and leave it there, pull her from the diapers and stuff. Like, they they need to overlook the reputation of these dogs. That's all. It's not what people say. If you're gonna hear it all, fighters, killers, you're watching videos. Everybody's always, it's like the news. You're only gonna hear all the bad things that's happening on the world, and very little of the good things. So, and they very good home protectors. These dogs. So
Yeah, no, I agree. I think that they've kind of been maligned in the media in terms of their reputation. They were considered nanny dogs at one point, that they did care give, in some ways. And like, so yeah, that's right on point. And dogs are also fiercely protective of those they're supposed to be loyal to, right? So that's right on
and
point.
it's like every animal too. Like, we get mood swings, they get it too.
Yeah, that's fine.
So it's gonna be a day if you mess around with a dog while he's not in the mood, he's gonna snap at you.
You don't want to mess around with me when I'm not in a mood. I can tell you that. Like, I would rather be bit by a bully, I think. Uh, Anyways, okay, last thing of the night, Big Irv, before I let you go. And if you are just coming in, make sure you hit Irv with a favorite, you guys. He's close to his requirements. Tell us a little bit about when you're streaming, where people can find you, and if you have your social media linked to yourself, all of those things.
Well, if I'm correct, my Instagram, TikTok, and Snapchat, it's in my bio.
Okay.
I do answer messages, any questions relating with the streams, or I normally post everybody's flyers. So if you're looking for any events, you could shoot a DM, and I always answer everybody. Normally, my streaming hours set is from 6 p.m. till whenever I get tired to go to sleep. That could be 10 o'clock. That could be 3 in the morning. It depends how the stream is going. If it's alive and it's active, I stay up late. If it's a little dead, I call it quits. During the day, I'm always box hopping, visiting people whose lives, visiting new streamers, people who came in that I just met them in the previous stream. I always go say what's up, show a little love. So
That sounds like a good person to favorite, in my opinion. Not that I'm telling you to favorite him. Did I say to favorite Irv? He's close to his goal. Anyways, thank you, Irv, for sharing Rocky with all of us tonight.
keep for having me.
Um, I appreciate it. Did you guys get one more shot of Rocky? You
You
guys
don't
want
want.
one more
I'm trying
shot?
to. I'm trying to call him. He don't even want to move.
He's
So,
not, you get a butt shot because he's so cute. Look at him. Look at his
come
ears. I
here.
just want to gobble on his ears. I know that sounds weird, but Like, I love dog ears.
He
I
said,
do.
"Don't bother me right now. I'm chilling."
He's
He's
gonna
not.
be trying to get the. I love the fact that he has the nickname the Destroyer.
He's knocked out.
Who loves that? Do you guys want to name, like, what a great nickname for a dog, Destroyer. Like, I think, I don't know. Part of me makes
So,
me that makes me super happy on the inside.
for those that didn't get to see him, oh,
Do you guys see him? Yeah. I love it. I love it. I'm here for it. I love pets, you know. I love all pets. I love cats the most, yes, but I love dogs
I
too.
like cats. I never got a cat because I'm allergic to cats. Well, when I was younger, now I could be around it, but when I was younger, I couldn't be 5 feet near a cat. Yeah, because I used to get an asthma when I was younger, and for some reason, cats the fur used to trigger it. So I used to stay away. Now I could be around it. I haven't had asthma. I grew out of it, but when I was younger, ooh,
I mean, okay, so something that people do know around me, not everybody, but I am actually allergic to cats. And I have to take allergy medicine every
wow.
day.
And your
Yeah,
pet is a cat.
I know.
Wow.
That's how much I love my pets, you know? Like, I know Fred knows that I'm like, but you know, like, I can't help it. It is the way it is. I can't get rid of Chuck Norris or Binka. I'm in love.
Chuck Norris.
That's my cat's name. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you, Nayahawk. So yeah, Chuck Norris is my oldest cat's name and Binka is my youngest cat's name. But
Okay.
anyways, you know, that's the way it goes. Is Neon Princess here? If she's here, we'll let you out of the box for our second guest. If she's
Thank you so
not,
much.
I'm
Anybody who fade me new, I will be checking now and giving you the refade back. I appreciate everybody. Saturdays, 9 p.m., I do host a Faith for Faith party, and at 8:30 p.m. Fridays, I have box parties with dancers and DJ R type every Friday night, Eastern time, yeah. Take care. Have a good night.
thank you, Irv. So you guys feel free to put that down in the comments as well, Irv. Like in the comments, anybody can put any events down in the comments during my featured show. I'm very open to that. So if you want to put in like copy and paste that up here in the comments, I'm good. Neon Princess, are you in the room? Live Fest 2025, let's go! I am going to Live Fest. I will be there. If you're coming, join along. We'll all be there. So feel free to copy and paste throughout the featured show. She's here. Please request the box, Neon Princess, and we will get you started as well. If you're just coming into Meow and Me, this is a featured pet show. She's gathering her cats. Good luck. Good luck gathering the kitties. Hi, Phoenix. But if you're coming in, welcome in. I have two special guests. Big Herb was our first special guest of the night. Please hit him with a favorite. He's close to his goal of 5,000 favorites, you guys. So he's really close. He's only a couple hundred people away. So he was really hoping for your favorite. If you don't have him favorited, please click his name and hit him with a fave. My second special guest tonight is Neon Princess. I'm very excited to have her as well. Hello, Neon Princess. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Now I heard you were out cat corralling. Tell me all about your kitties.
So, a few years ago, I had a stray cat have kittens under my front porch. And, I had a soft heart and I said, oh, let's keep them. So we kept the kitties and a whole bunch more kitties started showing up from this
Oh,
stray mommy. She said, look, we have somewhere to eat now. So I've now accumulated, there's 12 or 13 that I feed, and there's probably like 5 or 6 that come when I'm not around.
Oh, wow.
And most of them are tame so that I can pet them, and a few of them come in the house and hang out, but they're mostly outdoor cats. And I go as much as I can with these cats to the Humane Society and get them fixed. They have a free program here that once a week, if they're running the program once a week, you can take one in for free and get it fixed. So I feed the
Wow.
strays, but I also trying to down the number that are in my neighborhood. It's one of those spots where people drop them off and they accumulate here.
No, you know what? I think that's awesome. Fred thinks that's awesome as well. I think there's a lot of trap and release programs that they trap strays, they get them neutered or spaded, and then they let them back out as well. Especially if they're not necessarily meant to be house cats in some way, shape, or form. So tell me about who you were holding. Was that a
Okay.
Siamese kitty cat?
Yes, that was Monkey. That's not the Siamese that you had seen the picture of already. That have twins,
Right?
and these were the last two that I adopted. I adopted them. They're my kitties. Thank you. Everybody's so awesome. Um, my neighbor, same thing happened to my neighbor. A cat went in, actually like under her house, and had kittens. And then this is Monkey, and um they found the kittens, and then she took off with the kittens and left him all by himself. And he was
Oh.
crying and crying and crying. And she called me and she said, "What do I do?" And I said, "Leave it alone. The mommy will come back. Leave it alone." So she called me the next day and she said, "You have to come get this kitten. It's still out here screaming its head off." So I bottle fed this one from his very first day. He thinks I'm his mommy. That's why he's like, "Leave me alone. Let me go. I don't want to love you, Mom. You're annoying."
Oh my God. I want to smush him.
And so this is his sister, Khaleesi. And I think they all want to eat right now because I was putting food out to get them. She's like,
That's
"Nope."
smart. That was smart. Yeah. Nothing gets your cats in one spot like a can clack.
Oh, yeah,
know?
for sure.
Yeah. All of a sudden they come running. They're like little demons out of hell. I mean, can I say that? Like, oops. Anyways, like, was that not a very, that's probably, yeah, shake and bake, whatever. Yeah. So you have 3 cats. So Monkey, Khaleesi, and one more that you said. Well, who's the last one?
I have more than 3. There's a
Right.
whole
The
bunch.
3 adopted, right?
Oh,
Am I right?
the third one is my daughter's cat. Her name is Penny. This one is Mabel. She's like a calico. It's kind of, I don't know if I can show. She's got like this tabby look, and she's calico. She's got like stripes and everything. But she has orange and white, and she's a sweetheart.
Oh, she looks so snuggly.
She's looking like, "Where's the food?" Mabel. They're always so camera shy.
Oh, baby. Now, how long have you had your kitty cats?
The first ones, that first litter I told you about was 3 years ago.
Okay, got it.
And one of those cats had kittens. We kept one from that litter, found homes for the others. So we pretty much have kept one from every litter that we've had, and then found homes for the rest. And then the one that the two that okay, so Monkey, I bottle fed from a day old, and then when the rest of the kittens from that litter were about a month old or maybe 2 months old, the mommy brought them out to come get food, and that's when we got the sister, Khaleesi, because she was his twin. So I'm like, oh, I want to keep her too.
I don't blame you. I mean, that's the Siamese cat's name is Monkey. It's so cute though.
Okay, so the reason I named him Monkey is because I put him in a little basket by my bed, and he would constantly crawl out of that thing. He was constantly crawling out of the basket looking
They're
for his
sweet.
mommy.
And you were the mommy. That's what, you know.
Yeah, well, their real mommy would have always been right there laying with them.
Yeah, I mean, I love that you have such a authentic connection with your neighborhood, with helping more than just your pets inside your house, that you're also trying to go into your neighborhood and get the feral and wild cats spayed and neutered too. That's such an important thing. You know, I talked about this a little bit last week, and it you know, 1 out of 10 cats that's born actually only finds a forever home, and the rest are, you know, euthanized. And so I think it's such an incredible thing for you to be doing what you're doing in an actionable kind of way. So I really want to just give you a lot of praise for that. And if you are coming into the stream right now, this is Neon Princess. We're here with her cats. Please hit her with a favorite. Go check her out as well. Have you always loved cats, Neon Princess?
I have, but I only had really one cat. I got him when I was, I think, maybe 18 or something, and he just died a couple of years ago.
Okay.
So I wasn't into like the whole having a lot of cats thing. It just kind of just so happened. I think what happened was there was a cat lady in the neighborhood, and she was really old and she died. And when she died, whoever took over her house just opened the door and said, "Go outside." And so the whole neighborhood, I mean, a lot of my neighbors love kitties, so we've all been doing the same thing. I'm really glad that my county doesn't euthanize at their place, but they also don't take in, like, I thought they would take in the cats if they were tame and adoptable, but they will only take in kittens because people really don't want to adopt adult cats very much.
No, I'm
So
so glad to hear that too.
that's
Wow.
why they do the catch and release so that they're not full of stray cats as well. And,
Right.
there's people like me that don't mind feeding them. I love these babies. They're so sweet. And it, it's hard having them outside because every once in a while one does come up missing or something, hurt. And then I'm at the vet or whatever. But I could never have them all in my house and try. The good thing about them being tame and being indoor outdoor is I don't have to keep a litter box in my house. They cry to go outside if they need to go to the bathroom. They don't want to do it in here, so I don't have to deal with having a litter box, and I still get to have all my kitties.
Yeah, and I think that's fantastic because kitty litter is like $22 for kitty litter right now. You know,
Oh,
it's
I
not
know,
cheap.
and it makes your house stink too.
Yeah, and you
unless you
have to have a lot
unless
of
you buy
equipment.
the good litter and the good box.
I only have like a few minutes left with you. It's so crazy how fast our time flies. But I want you to, you know, what's your favorite story with all of your pets, Neon Princess? I might have to have you come back to share a little bit more since you have so many.
Right? So many kitties.
You
Um,
know, Jay, I was just thinking like maybe this would have been I might have to have Neon Princess come back for more time so we can know more about each of her pets. But what's your
well,
favorite
I guess
story?
this one right here is um she's the kitten of my friend. My friend had a cat and was moving, couldn't bring the cat, and pretty much begged me if she could bring her to me. So she brought her to me. I said okay, and she was pregnant when she brought her to me. So she had kittens, and like the day after she had the kittens, she ran away. She bolted. She said, "I am not staying here." So I kept Mabel, and then I found homes for the others. And she's one of my favorite kitties. She's just so sweet. She's always purring. She's always loving. I don't really have any crazy kitty stories, but they all have their own little special way they came to me, I guess you could say.
Yeah, and we're definitely going to get the scoop more in the future from you, trust me, as long as you'll come back again. I have a lot of questions, and we're not going to get to them all tonight with this show tonight. But Emoji J is my admin, and he knows how to get a hold of you, so that's a good thing. So,
yeah. I got in here.
So you guys, my last question for you tonight, Neon Princess, before I let you go, is like, where can people find you for streaming? Like, what time are you streaming on the platform? And if people haven't hit you with a favorite, can they go ahead and hit her with a favorite right now?
Oh, thank you. I'm usually always streaming. I like to stream while I'm working. I like to stream while I'm skating. I do competition roller skating. So there's some stuff like I have children in my group, so there's a lot of things I can't, film, but I'm usually always streaming, and I don't stream anywhere else but here, so I keep it simple.
That's cool. And what time of day or night do you stream?
It varies. It's random, really.
Okay, so if you guys click on and we'll look for the notification, and then as well, do you have an Instagram linked in your bio and stuff too, Neon Princess?
Yeah, I do. Just Instagram. I don't really have any other socials going on. I actually didn't even have Instagram when I started streaming, and everybody was telling me, you need to get something.
I feel like Jay might have had something to do with that. Like, like I could see him forcing you, like, get it.
He's definitely put the pressure on me.
He's good like that. That's smart
Right.
move on his part.
Right.
Neon Princess, thank you for being one of my special guests tonight. I appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
You guys, that is my second special guest, Neon Princess, right? Now we move on to something called Pets in the News. If you're just coming into the stream, you're like, what's going on here? This is Meow and Me. Meow means make each one wanted. My first special guest tonight was Big Irv. Please make sure you click on his name and hit him with a favorite. Dr. Dimples in the building. Okay. We have a featured show creator right here in the building. Make sure you click on this top badge right here too and hit her with a favorite. She does have her own featured content. All right, meow, let's go. And if Cats Roar is ready to do Pets in the News, hit the box, Cats. We are going to hear all about the pets in the news tonight. Meow. Feel free to plug your date and time of your show down in the comments, Dimples, as well. To the daily dish with Dimples, I love that. So Cats, come on, Cats, what do you got for me this week, Cats?
Happy Monday.
Happy Monday.
Happy Monday. So I was trying to find some different pets, and something that inspired me to search was it Bruce Wayne who had his fish on a couple weeks ago?
Yeah.
Okay, so I was looking for some fish stories, which are not necessarily easy to find. And I found an interesting story about giant goldfish that are being found in Pennsylvania. And they issued a warning for fish owners, but this is not just, isolated to Pennsylvania. This could be anywhere where there's lakes and ponds and all that fun stuff. So
Oh.
I remember when I was a kid that we used to release our goldfish sometimes in the lake. I didn't realize that that was a bad thing. So apparently, if we look at this picture here, these are your standard goldfish that you would just get at a pet store, when you were a kid, or you would win at the carnival or something like that. Well, people are releasing those innocent goldfish. And then sometimes over the course of like 2 years or less, they're getting to be this big.
That thing's huge.
They're huge. And, I would say if I was a kid, that would be awesome to have a goldfish that big in your house. But anyway, I never realized that goldfish could be invasive or that they could really be harmful to the ecosystem when they're being released like that in your local ponds and streams, because they are not native to those types of ponds and streams. And interestingly, is what they said is that the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service, basically, that's who these folks are who are posting these pictures on social media. They wanted to bring attention. It's bizarre. It's bizarre. But they wanted to bring attention to the problem because it is really taking a toll on waterways throughout the United States. Yes. And they said that pet owners or goldfish owners probably think that they are doing a kind thing by releasing them back in what they consider the wild. But it's really a problem that could last decades, they said.
Decades. How long can one of these fish live then, cats?
It just says, I guess because of the sheer numbers, that basically it disrupts the local ecosystems, and then it harms the native fish that are actually already there in the waters. And if you've ever seen like a lake or a pond that is very like murky, that's an example of how these goldfish are affecting those bodies of water.
Oh, interesting. I know like in Japan, some of the koi fish ponds that like koi fish are just big butt goldfish, right?
Right.
Like, and I know that some of those ponds, those fish live for 40 years.
Yeah, it's kind of like parrots and things, like they can live a very long time. Yeah. And the other thing about goldfish is that they multiply very quickly. So that's where, you're looking at the long-term effect of that, that sheer amount of goldfish are going to, invade the water and then ultimately maybe cause other fish populations to die. So I just thought that was kind of funny because I do remember releasing goldfish as a kid with my dad. And
I flushed one time, but that was not, it was dead already.
But I also think, like I said, if I was a kid and my goldfish was this big, I would think I was pretty cool.
Yeah, I would be like, look at my big, like, do people, like, I know people eat like fish. Do people eat goldfish? Like, would you ever? I don't think I'd ever eat a goldfish.
I mean, maybe if there's some fancy goldfish sushi, I would try it or something.
But is it even fancy when you can get it at a carnivore or a carnival? I meant, right?
I don't know. I mean, you could get a salmon patty at the dollar store, but you can also spend $200 on a piece of salmon. So I don't know.
Yeah, you flush a goldfish. I mean, I don't know. This is wild.
Yeah, so I just thought that was kind of a cool story. I don't know.
Yeah, it is cool. Like, that fish is huge. What kind of things are they eating? Everything, apparently.
Or I guess the other fish too. I don't know. I mean, I feel like goldfish are like the raccoons of like, where they just eat everything and kind of take over everything. I don't know.
That makes sense. They're the raccoons of the fish world. Yeah.
I don't even know how I came up with that comparison right now.
Like they'll eat everything and anything. I'm here for it. I am that way too, like 3 times a month,
Me too, maybe 4 times. No, okay. So moving on to the next story, which again, very, very different than the goldfish talk for sure, but talking about pet-friendly assisted living. So,
Oh,
our parents are aging, or perhaps our favorite aunt or our neighbors, and so many people have pets. I know certainly in my family, both my parents have passed, but when they did pass, they had a dog that we had to, think about. Or if one parent was going to move into a facility, I mean, my dad's dog was like his best friend. So I didn't know, but now it's becoming more and more popular for assisted living facilities to allow people to bring their pets, and for their pets to live there, and for them to be able to care for them with and without assistance, depending on what somebody's need is. But I thought this was kind of a cool story because, not on a serious note, but we always talk about, not we, but we always talk about planning ahead. So, you want to plan for changes in your lifestyle, your physical capabilities, those kinds of things. So, when it comes to looking for perhaps an assisted living facility, it's something that you want to consider, because we've talked, I don't know, many moons ago about how pets and the effect that they have on someone's mental health and their well-being. And for seniors, it can be that much more impactful, especially when someone has experienced so much change or loss, or just that change factor. Having a pet can really help them to kind of cope with those changes. And even the change of having to go into an assisted living facility, a pet can be very impactful in making that transition easier.
I agree. I think that's very valuable. I mean, maybe the assisted livings will start hiring dog walkers. Like, I feel like that'd be a great part-time gig, like you
Yes,
can
I
take
would do
grandma and Fido for a walk.
it. Right? I mean, and that's another point that they made, that there are some facilities that do kind of offer that, where, you might be able to care for your pet in your room, or like in your apartment, or, but when it comes to that exercising part of the dog, that they do provide assistance. I guess like anything else, if they can, I hate to say this, if they can make money off of different services, there is an opportunity there for them, but and also a great opportunity there for the resident and their families.
Right? Like you can walk grandma and Fido. I'm here for it. Let's go.
I mean, that would be a cool job. I think it'd
Brad,
be
can
cool.
you take a walk? Like we need some grandparent and dog walkers combined.
Yeah,
Like we'll
no, I
call
think
it
that would be cool.
like dog dash. I don't know. Like what
You,
am I calling
you might
it?
be onto something there.
Grandma dash, dog and daddy dash. I don't know. Whatever. Anyways, go on, cats. I'm sorry.
No, but what's funny? That's a really good transition into my next story that talks about the fact that injuries related to dog walking have been on the rise in the United States. So it's just kind of funny. And, recently I had a coworker who is an avid walker. She walks like miles a day. Good for her. And she was walking her little chihuahua, and she just took one misstep, fell down, broke her arm, couldn't get back up, couldn't reach her phone. And the story just goes on from there.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's interestingly, they said, of course, because dog ownership in the United States is up quite a bit, and is up across all age ranges. They said, though, that from 2001 to 2020, the estimated number of adults seen at an emergency department for dog walking related injuries increased significantly, from 7,300 to 32,300 a year.
What?
Yes, and that was from the Associated Press. And they said most patients were women, 75%. And overall, adults between the ages of 40 and 64 amounted for almost half of those folks that got hurt. So yeah, I mean, there's a lot of factors why people hurt themselves while they're walking their pets. It could simply be that your pet is much stronger than you, and you don't have the physical ability. In that case, they suggest maybe working with a dog trainer to either help your dog to be more cooperative, for lack of a better term, or just to help to train you as the dog owner to better manage and handle the dog. Sometimes, it's not necessarily the dog's fault. They also, what else do they talk about? A lot of people who run with their dog, as exercise, a lot of those folks are kind of just asking for it because,
Yeah.
again,
Stop running with your. What? Okay, but
I mean, I walk briskly sometimes, but that's about it. But I could see how if you're running this way and all of a sudden your dog decides to take a left or a right, you could quickly man down.
yeah, right. You're gonna be meeting the pavement.
Yes, yes. And they also said, which I've seen a lot of this in my area, a lot more people are getting struck by cars while they're walking their dogs.
What?
So a lot of the injuries that they're seeing an uptake in is because of people getting hit by cars. And, some of that could be attributed to inattentive driving, people on their cell phones. Sometimes just intersections or stop signs aren't great. And people are getting hit and getting injured while they're walking their dogs.
Oh, facts. And that's a significant increase, 7,000 something to 32,000 something. That's like over 400% increase. Can we just visualize, like, if that was the stock market, y'all would be rich right now. Okay. Like that, think about it like this. Like, this is like X, like here, and now it's like here, it's massive. That's a massive increase of people injuring themselves while they're walking their pet or running, whatever they might be doing. And it seems like that is really good and helpful advice as well. Like, if you are out and you're not having control of your pet, investment in some dog training classes or in some, maybe if you're not feeling confident with handling your dog, yeah, it may be worth the 500-600, maybe. I don't know how much dog classes are. I'm sure it varies depending on location you live, but I do believe that's an important, valuable lesson. Like, that's a massive increase, especially for people between the ages of 40 and sounds like 60, between 40 and 60, which is coincidentally a lot of times when we as older human beings start losing bone and density mass, which is probably one of the reasons why we are seeing so many of those injuries in that area. So really, really important there.
Yeah. And, even like something like a physical therapist, let's say you're older or more, whatever the situation is, sometimes even a physical therapist versus like a gym trainer or like occupational therapist could help in terms of some of that as well. The last thing I just wanted to end on, just because, we have to talk about the cats. And something, again, this was very interesting to me. Scientists finally discover why some cats are orange and why they be males. So I didn't know. I mean, I haven't seen many orange cats in person. That sounds funny. But the majority of them are males.
Are they aliens? Did they find out if they're aliens cats? Like, are they from a different planet? Can't wait to find out.
Men are from Mars and women are from, interestingly, so I didn't realize that there was such an uproar about this, but basically what they did was some genetic testing on cats, and they determined that it is a mutation of the X chromosome that causes cats to be this orange in color and to be male. What it says is that male animals have a copy of the X chromosome while females have two, explaining yet further why female cats with orange in their coats tend to have it mixed with other colors, such as black, like a tortoiseshell cat, or white, like a calico. So it says cats are a fascinating exception to the trend of orange coloration, in other animals such as dogs, sheep, horses, and rabbits. Our work provides an explanation for why orange cats are a genetic unicorn of sorts. because sometimes those mutations to the X chromosomes can be seen as a dangerous or harmful mutation, but in this case, it's not. But in most other mammals, it says that it is. So it's a certain protein that affects the X chromosome that causes these factors in cats.
Have you ever
So
heard of tortitude? Like
no.
when they're called tortitudes, like orange cats with big attitudes. No,
No,
they're
that's
called.
funny. That's
They
cute.
have fortitude. Now this explains everything. Where's Box Boy? We have to tell him this.
Are they dilute orange? I don't know.
I don't know.
But it's just interesting because I guess, like I said, generally those types of mutations in animals, specifically to the X chromosome, are harmful. But in this case, it was the added protein that just determines why cats are orange and why they are generally male, because the male cats only have that one X chromosome. Fascinating. You know what's funny? We tortoiseshell, or no, calico. Calico is like a big rage now with hair color.
Yeah.
And it's something that I thought about doing to my hair, but I just don't have the nerve to do it. My hairdresser and I actually talked about it. But it's very cool. I don't like the very extreme version of it, but definitely a version of it where I'm like, getting my hair done this weekend. Should I or should I not? I don't know. But yeah, sorry, that's not news, but
No, it is though. Calico, it is a new thing. It's like duck nails,
yeah.
where women were doing their nails looking like duck
I've never understood that though. Never understood it. I can't do
things.
it.
I mean, and it is like, they have the striped hair and it's like, yeah,
Cool.
yeah, it's a whole thing. I mean, people are adopting these cat names and using them in beauty and fashion,
Yeah.
It is the
Much more
way.
so than like dog, not to be funny, but much more than dogs. Like the appeal of cat's eye makeup or different references to cats. You see that a lot more in the beauty world than I think you do with most animals.
Yeah, it is. It is like facts. What is he laughing at us for?
I don't
It's
know.
true.
Because, this is what, I don't know. Men don't have things like that necessarily in their worlds. You know what I mean? Like, they're not like, I can't even think of, they're not like, give me the Garfield cut or something.
They get things like Kraken Old Spice body wash, or like winter marsh or something, They don't get stuff like, German Shepherd or Shepherd's mix, I don't know. Mastiff mayhem, there's no fun
Deodorant.
things for you. I'm sorry, guys.
But that concludes